Hello, and welcome to the Postal Pleasures channel. Today we're going to look at these large inflation series stamps from the German Empire. These were released in the early 20s. There's basically one set of images here, but they were released both with a, not all of them, but some of them are released with the Watermark 1, which is the diamonds or Lozenge pattern, and then the remainder, or almost all of them, were released with the Watermark 2, which is known as a network pattern. And we'll get in and we'll see if we can see some of that as we go through. But take a moment here if you like the channel. Please, I'd appreciate a subscription, and you'll be notified when I do future videos. And let's proceed. So this set actually is a late Christmas present. It may be March now, but my girlfriend was going through some old mail and discovered this one that she forgot at Christmas time. So I'm excited to go through it now. Now, these are, fun stamps. I know when I first started collecting German stamps, these were some of my favorites to find, and now I actually have hundreds of them. But there's still some mysteries to be found. What people like about them is they have, such nice designs. They're big stamps, so they stand out in a pile of stamps, and they look fancy. They look like they should be worth a lot, but that's really the secret, is that, you can get the entire set and not spend a lot of money. I mean, on average, they're probably under $2 a piece for mint or used in most cases. In fact, used is maybe a little bit more expensive on average here. Yet, even for the advanced collector, there's still challenges because there's quite a few color varieties that can be quite rare and hard to come by, and certainly probably even need to be expertized. I'm certainly not an expert at detecting them, but what's nice is when they're laid out here, and I'm going to point out a few things that maybe I see, and I can't tell you what color variety anything is, but we see, and also they can be subject to fading, but let's assume for a second that maybe we don't have fading issues here, because these all look like nice clean stamps. But I mean, just 400 here is much more orangey than this one, which is more of a brown, so brown orange maybe. I haven't read the catalog to see if those are two options. Chances are, in my luck, there'll be 5 options, all very similar, but they look a little different. This one's a little paler than that one, and certainly then this one and this one look fairly similar. Again, it would help to have them side by side. Now, maybe this is fading, maybe it's a color variety. Coming down here, again, and hopefully we can see this on camera, this one is sort of a much more what I call emeraldy green, and I will admit I did read the catalog in this, and an emerald green is one of the colors than, say, this, which is more of a blackish green. These two, again, a lot of times when there's a cancel, it can really trick your eyes and make the stamp look darker than it is. So these two could be the same color, they could be slightly different, hard to tell. This one has toning on the stamp, which again also will play tricks with your eyes and make the greens overall look darker than they are. So again, hard to tell. But I'm sure if we put this one side to side with this other mint one, and they don't have much toning on either one, this one is much brighter green than this blackish green. Let's see, what else do I see here? In the browns, I don't think I mentioned these. So this one, this brown is a little bit more, I don't know, milk chocolatey than this one, which is a little more dark chocolatey, if that's a technical term I can use for you. So, I do think we have some potential color varieties here, which will make this exciting. I don't know that I will get to the bottom of them. I don't have the Michael color guide. I wish I did, but it's quite expensive, and I just haven't been able to afford it yet. Maybe someday I'll save enough. I think it's $150 or more, so it's quite a commitment. So the other thing I like about German stamps in particular, but all stamps, one of my favorite features is the mint marks, the story behind those mint marks, and I'm sure there's some room for some either counterfeit mint marks or just interesting mint marks. I mean, I don't think that in this case that the mint mark is going to buy you a lot by counterfeiting it, so hopefully these are all legitimate. But who knows? So if you happen to be an expert on these stamps or German mint marks, I would love to hear from you, because I'm always looking to learn about them. What makes an interesting mint mark other than, socked on the nose. Yeah, so I love mint marks, so please share what you might know, or anything else about the stamps, really. So I'm going to pull them out. I'm going to actually pull this out of frame for a moment, just so it's easier for me to reach into. And I'll move this. I should have moved this ahead of time. And I'll pull them out, and I will try to take a quick look at them. I'm going to hold it up to my light, which is out of frame. So this looks like the network pattern, and actually I think all the 50s, if I'm not mistaken, are going to be the Watermark 2 if you're using the Michael catalog. Scott catalog uses a different number. I'm not sure if, yeah, you probably see a little bit of that on camera here. So it's the wide net markings. You can see an edge there and an edge there. I apologize if I'm trying to make the video interesting to everybody, experts and novices alike. So if you know this stuff, bear with me. Here's a great example, right? So now we can really see the network watermark. That's fantastic. Now let's see, this one is multiple strikes, just obliterated to death. It's off center, but still a nice stamp. I'm going to hold it to a different light. This one, it's really hard to see through, but this is the Watermark 1. So let's move. I'm going to do left and right here. Or there'll be a lot more of the Watermark 2, as I can tell you. But that's a Watermark 1. I'd flip it over and try to show it, but you'll never see it. This is also a Watermark 1. We can see it on this one, though. So here we have the lozenges or diamonds of Watermark 1. So 2 of that stamp. Let's see, I have a third one of these. What's it going to be? So this one's network. Very nice. Watermark 2. Now we're into the 200. It's nice, readable cancel. And that is Watermark 1 with the hinge remnant, but that hinge will come right off, no problem. And here we have another 200 with more of an unreadable cancel. We won't be able to see that. Watermark 1 as well. That's the other nice thing about these. These watermarks are generally very easy to see, so good for somebody. It looks like we have a little bit of discoloration here, a little staining, but a readable cancel. W.E. Wig. I don't know. I want to say Slunchwig, but I'm not sure because I'm sure there's other because it's what's familiar in my mind with some of those letters, but I can't read the whole thing, and there very well could be other towns with similar letters. Anyway, that's the network cancel or network. Sorry, watermark. And here we have another network watermark with a mint stamp, and we have now we're into the 300s. So this first one is mint with full gum, and it is Watermark 2 network. And then we have here from Berlin SW. We have a little bit of gum back, but it's a used stamp. I'm going to have to hold this to a different light. This is Watermark 1. And then this one, a nice one with some light cancels with readable numbers, but I think the only letter we're going to get for a town is the G at the end, so we'll probably never know where that's from. That's also Watermark 1. I'm just going to put it here for now. And we have another one with a slogan cancel, it looks like, and that will be mostly readable, but I'm going to have to get out a loop to get that. I can see some of the letters, but again, I've said this in my other videos, I work so far away from my face I can't always read them very well while I'm filming. So that was network, so we'll put that one up here. Good, so we've got a used and a mint example of that. And another network, here we're on to the 400. And here's one from Ep3, 1923. And I'm going to hold this to a light. It has a lot of the envelope paper still on it. And hinge remnant. Actually, that looks more like a selvage remnant from another stamp. Oh gosh. Yeah, that one's got so much stuff on it, I'm not going to be able to tell without really trying. So I will set it up here in this corner. So we don't know if that's a 1 or a 2. Watermark. This one, though, is a network watermark. So we'll set that one here. And I think this is a case where we might be able to see a slight color difference. Again, lighter brown, orange or yellowy brown maybe, and then browner brown. Okay, on to the 500s. So this one's used, and it is a messy ink cancel, but you can detect the little letters, the little numbers. It is the diamonds or lozenges. So watermark 1. This one's also diamonds or lozenges. Get a few letters out of there in 1923. Is that still on screen? I'll move these up so they're easier to see. There you go. And the last 500 is a mint 1 with the network watermark 2. So now we're into the thousands, and all the rest of these are going to be watermark 2. Unless we have a serious error, which I've actually never heard of in these. But yeah, watermark 2. I'll start a new column up here. That's a nice clean... Oh, I've dropped it. Well, I'm not going to pick that up while on camera. I apologize. And the mint 1. Move this one over to here, I guess. So the mint. And we have the 2000 now. We have a few letters there. Another 2000 network. And a 2000 mint. We can see the what network. And here we have 3000. No gum on that one, unfortunately. Oh, looks like we had one hiding. I got an extra stamp here. One behind the other. So again, this really hopefully allows you to see the color differences here. Kind of a grayish brown and a darker brown. Now this one was behind this second stamp. So that's my bonus stamp. Another 500. So you know what? It was probably supposed to be there the whole time. Although no, it's a number. It's a type 1. Watermark 1. So another 3000. Those two look fairly similar in color, although that's almost a little more red than that. So to me, I see, actually, those two could be the same color, as could that. So this is really the standout color difference, I think. These three, to me, look about the same. Possibly that's a little different, but that's significantly different. Now on to the 4000. You can see a few letters there, but I'm not going to be able to read them from here. It looks like a DU something. And the 4000 in mint with nice gum. And now it looks like we have a hinged mint. Yeah, hinge remnant on that for the 4000. I'm going to work in the middle now, just so I can keep them in frame. And we have a hinged mint as well for the 5000. A used 5000. I want to speculate and say Dresden on this, because they have a DR and what looks like an E and then a DEN. But again, if you're German, you might know of another town that could be confused with. Here we have a thin on this one, unfortunately. So thin, if you don't know, is when maybe two stamps have been stuck together and pulled apart, causing one to tear and have thinner paper. Pretty much a lot of people would consider that ruined. You know, I hate to throw anything away that somebody might enjoy, so that's something, you know, you could easily, you know, give to a young collector to start collecting, and they'll appreciate it quite a bit, you know, until they get a more advanced collection. So under the 100,000, the last denomination in this series, and that's a nice clean mint one. And here we have a used one. with an unreadable cancel. So again, very happy to have received these as a present, even though I've seen quite a few of these before. I own quite a few of them. I always love going through them and looking them up. And as I mentioned before, if you know anything that I don't know about these, I would love to hear from you. So please, write comments or contact me otherwise on any of my sites. Thanks again for watching.